All right. Welcome, everyone, to our Freedom Revolution event. I'm Cassie Johannes, and I'm a qualified national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. Alongside me are a few other incredible leaders in our company. So first, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today and seeing what we're up to. I know that everybody's time is super precious, so thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you'll help me out and play along for a second, I want you to hold your fist up. So did you know that you're supposed to be eating 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day, the size of your fist? And if you're an athlete, it is 16 to 18 servings. So most everyone that I meet, they know that fruits and vegetables are good for them. And most agree that we could benefit from having more fruits and vegetables. But the reality is that it's just flat out hard to get that many fruits and vegetables in our system every single day. So I know that I struggle with it, and I'm an individual who's super passionate about health and nutrition. So you're not alone. You're not alone. So that's one of the many things that I love about the most researched food-based product in the world, is that it is helping us bridge the gap between what we eat, what we do eat, and what we should be eating. So I'm a pretty simple person, and Juice Plus is a very simple concept. So it is literally 30 fruits and vegetables and berries that are grown to peak ripeness, are non-GMO, pesticide, herbicide free, and then it's blended and it's put into capsules right here. This is our Juice Plus. But what really separates it from everything else on the market is that it has a food label. So it has a nutrition label, not a supplement. That is it. That is Juice Plus. It can't get any simpler than that. It's not to replace fruits and vegetables. It's there just to help bridge the gap. So as a mom, one of the things that I love most about Juice Plus is that we can sponsor a child for free to get Juice Plus. So any adult that starts taking the capsules, so I order these and my kids get these for free. It's amazing. We also have the purple for the kids as well that we get. The berry blend, very important. But if you don't have a child, it's okay. You can still order the capsules and you can sponsor another child for free, grandchild, neighbor, whatever it may be. So if you take this for 4 months, or the child will get 4 months of the product, and when the adult continues to take the product, the child will continue to get free Juice Plus for up to 4 years. It's so incredible. There's over 1 million children around the world that have participated in this study, and it is the largest observational study done on children in the world. So we also have, this is one of my staples every single day, we have a plant-based shake. And it's not only amazing for you, but it tastes amazing too. So we cover our micronutrition with our capsules, and then the shakes focus on the macronutrients. So the macronutrients are all about balancing out our carbs, our proteins, our fat, and this is essential for fat loss, muscle building, recovery, energy, and basically all around just helping your body run efficiently. So no matter what your goal is, these shakes are such an easy way to add in more nutrition and complement helping you meet those goals. For me personally, I drink a shake after every workout in the morning, and then I have another shake in the afternoon because we're usually running around doing kids activities, and it's just quick, easy, simple, and so much better than me driving through and getting something from a restaurant or drive-through. So the complete shakes are chocolate. They come in chocolate and vanilla, and they're vegan, gluten-free. They're highly bioavailable, low glycemic. And for all of you snack bar fans that want something simple as well, we have bars. We have 2 flavors. We have the tart and cherry, and then we have a chocolate complete one as well. So our newest product that I've been so excited about is our Omega Blend. This has been underway for 10 years. It's a completely plant-based omega. It's very different than any other omega on the market. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but fish don't actually produce omegas. They get them from the food that they eat. So our omega went straight to the source, and we skipped the middleman, which is the fish. Personally, for me, I take these every single day, and my kids take them every single day for their brain health. But the main person in our family that I was very excited about this is my husband, who is in the military and had his brain rattled a few times. This is something that I am so thankful for him, for his brain health. All right, so maybe you're someone who wants to go past the one simple change of just adding Juice Plus into your life, and you're really looking for a program to follow. At the Juice Plus Company, we are never about fads or quick fixes, but long-term sustainable health. So we have a phenomenal program with recipes, eating guides, online support. It just really helps you hone in on the dietary side as well. So if you have any questions about that, then please get with the person that shared this video with you, and they can give you more details about that. So that's it. That is our amazing product line. I could talk about these products and the research all day long, but honestly, the stories behind these products is the reason why I do what I do every single day. So we want to share a couple stories with you. I'll share mine first. So for me, I was an athlete my whole life. I played on the national team, and I was a D1 collegiate athlete. So I was physically in shape, but health-wise, I struggled. I was dependent on asthma and allergy medicine. I would drink Maalox at halftime instead of water. I had huge digestive problems. I suffered from migraines. The list goes on and on. I was a mess. And at the time, all anybody ever did was prescribe medicine after medicine after medicine. And I was basically told, these are the cards that you've been dealt, and you just need to deal with them. So I dealt with them, and I finished my college career. I met and married my husband, who's in the Army, and he whisked me away to Germany. And at that time in my life, it seemed like everything that I was struggling with just heightened. And I remember the specific day thinking, I cannot continue to live like this. This cannot be as good as it gets, and I need to make some changes. And that's when Juice Plus walked into my life. And I became really open to the idea that food could be a lot more powerful in our health than what we think. So I began fueling my body with these plant concentrates and the macronutrients, the plant shake immediately. And to say that that one decision changed the trajectory of my entire life is such an understatement. So I am now asthma-free and allergy-free. My digestion is on point. I have more energy now than I did when I was a D1 collegiate athlete, and I was able to have 2 healthy pregnancies that resulted in healthy kids who are now 5 and 7 and have never been on antibiotics. And we only see the doctor for well child checkups. I have no idea who our doctor is. So I'm so thankful for the health that Juice Plus has given me, but I am more thankful for the passion that it's instilled in me. So you see, as a military spouse, it is so hard not to lose your identity. We give up our careers, we move all the time, we leave our friends and family to follow our spouse around so that they can pursue their career and their goals with their career. We don't even get to use our social security number anymore. So I really lost myself. I struggled with this. I lost my identity, and I really just stopped dreaming and having goals for myself. So when I saw how passionate and mission-driven this community was, I knew I needed to be a part of this. I had no idea that this was going to replace my pharmaceutical income, help us travel the world. I didn't know what trading dollars for hours was and how it was going to help me stop doing that. I was drawn to the mission and how passionate these people were. And now I don't ever have to resign from a job again when we're moving. I work this business around this crazy life. I have a phenomenal residual income that grows every single move that we make, even when we move from Hawaii to Italy. And here's the deal. So whether my husband is deployed or not, he is never around. And I would always say, I'll start my career after you hang your hat up and after you're done with your career. But what I am building right now, when he hangs his hat up, he can stay home if he wants. We can spend as much time together as we want, and we will continue to have a life that we get to say yes more often. And that makes me so excited and so thankful to be able to have my health and be on such a passionate, mission-driven mission. So anyway, so that's my story. And Christy, why don't you go ahead and share yours?
Awesome. Thank you, Cass. I love it because both our husbands went to West Point together, and it's been an incredible journey to see where this whole journey has gone with them and their kids. And I'm slightly envious that Cassie has had these Juice Plus babies. And here I was growing up as Mick Christie. My friends knew me a long time ago as a girl who would eat McDonald's twice a day. In my early 20s, it was kind of normal for me to have these migraine headaches. I was sick at least once a month. I had low energy, and it just seemed normal to me. I was this young, broke college student living in Hawaii. And I was a nanny for this amazing couple, a doctor who totally understood the power of nutrition. And his wife is this totally ripped personal trainer. And their 3 healthy boys were eating spinach by the handfuls out of the refrigerator. So they were tired of seeing me eat like a frat boy in front of their kids. So they paid me really well to go to this healthy living event. And I'll be honest, I totally went because I was going for the quick buck. I had no desire to improve my health. I just wasn't on that track. Meanwhile, across the other side of the world, my husband's deployed in Iraq. He was my boyfriend at the time. And a nurse shared Juice Plus with him. And he was like, sign me up. It was a no-brainer. They were living in austere conditions. There was E. coli in their water. Their cook was cooking with that water. The whole team was sick almost the entire time, and they had hardly any access to fruits and vegetables. So he got this stuff into his system, and he was the only guy that wasn't getting sick anymore. So he decided he needed to send this to me. And I remember getting the box and I rolled my eyes at it, and then I ate it to prove him wrong. And that was way over 10 years later, or 10 years ago. And I am eating this humble pie since, saying my husband was right. Dr. Dave and Monica were right. No more migraines. I'm hardly ever sick anymore. Instead of being sick every month, it's now sick maybe once a year. My energy is so much higher. Like Cassie said, I'm almost 40 and I have way more energy than I ever did in my 20s. My skin has improved. I feel like I have finally stepped into an athletic part of my life where I am experiencing peak performance with being able to lift the heaviest I ever have been, to run the fastest. I've leaned out and built more muscle mass. So, during this journey, I was like sold. We were on a military income. I was like, I'm going to pay the $50 to offset the cost of our products because we're going to eat this forever, but there's no way I'm going to sell this to anyone. I didn't want to be salesy. I was really fearful of that. But I'm so glad that I did this because I had just opened a business. I invested $50,000 into a film business that had absolutely owned me. I didn't have the time to open another business. My husband had just deployed and I poured myself into this film industry. But I also, filmed someone else's wedding on my 1-year anniversary when my husband was actually on US soil. And then a couple years later, I get the call that nobody wants to get. And that was because my dad was dying because of reasons that could have been prevented. Because he was eating the same foods that I had grown up doing, everything that was beige, everything that came into a bag. And during this time, the military, of course, naturally wanted to PCS us. So I'm losing my dad. We're moving across the country again. And I had to put my film business on hold. I had a $20,000 film shoot that I was locked into by contract. And I had to make it home to say goodbye to my dad just in time. I didn't pack for a funeral, but 2 days later, I was planning one. And I am stuck with this guilt that I have that I shared this with my father so late in the game because I was fearful of being salesy. And at that point, it was enough for me to just cross the line and get over myself and decide that I had to be the messenger now. I had to let people know that there was something out there that could help people bridge that gap between what they are eating and what they should be eating. And by doing these small, simple changes, it can eventually lead to this compound effect of being able to keep our families around longer. So what I did was I closed my film business and I aligned with military spouses, like these incredible people like Cassie, and you'll hear from Ashley in a second, because military spouses are resilient. They need this business. Their husbands need these products. So do their spouses. It doesn't matter who's active. Our military needs this. But if the military spouse doesn't have their health, then how does the family continue to move forward? If they've lost themselves, which most military spouses have, I realized that I had a mission that I had to spread with them. I had to show them that we can rise up despite everything that we always have is against us. And I was able to do that with one of my best friends, Katie Garling. After 3 weeks of being married to her husband, he was killed 2 days later after putting their dog down on a country road in Missouri. The man had, I don't even know how many deployments under his belt. And someone was driving too fast because they were late for work and they took his life. And I got to stop everything and be there with her. I didn't have to call corporate and ask for time off. I just took it. I got to be there with her during the toughest time of her life. And to me, that is worth more than how much the company takes good care of us. But one of the great perks is that in August 2016, I was able to help my husband get out of active duty military because we were kind of tired of being away from each other all the time. And he had an entire year to just take off and explore what he really wants to do. And then this past December, we were able to move to Hawaii, the place that I've been wanting to go back ever since I met him and he moved me off the island. So now I feel like I get to serve as an example that I am excited to help others. I'm excited to show military spouses that we can break that mold and start our own careers before our husbands get out of the military, just like Cassie. And I feel like we can teach them that you can feel like you're contributing. You can feel like you can make an income. And we're able to change this entire thing that I think a lot of military spouses get stuck in. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear from my friend Ashley, because she's recently retired from the military as an active duty soldier and now is a military spouse. So Ashley, tell us a little bit about your experience.
Thank you so much, Christie, and thank you both of you for sharing your stories. It's awesome to hear why we respect these products and what they have done for us. For those of you tuning in, I really encourage you to take a chance to get with the person that shared this with you, and they can certainly help you get started. I highly encourage you to get a blood test beforehand and allow science to show you what happens on your insides when you flood yourself with these fruits and vegetables. So my story starts about 3.5 years ago. I had been in the Army at that point for about 14 years and was recovering from a series of surgeries after being injured in Iraq. I had hit rock bottom, and I didn't even recognize or like who I was becoming. I was in so much pain every day I could no longer do the things I loved, let alone the things I needed to do. This took a toll on my mental and emotional health, and most days I felt like I was simply a bystander in my own life. I was prescribed handfuls of prescription medication that put me in a fog and left me feeling hopeless and helpless. A few weeks after having the courage to try one more product, I started to notice that I had more energy, to the point I was having trouble going to bed at night, and I began to work out again, which was something that I hadn't dared do outside a physical therapy appointment in years. I realized I was recovering quickly and making progress, and about 4 months into it, I significantly reduced my inflammation and pain and could stop all the prescriptions, which I have been on or been off of now for 3 years. Prescription free for 3 years. I can do things now I only dreamed of and can live my life wholly, being present in all parts of it, no longer feeling like I'm sitting on the bench. So this has been huge for me. I think the first thing that I want to cover as far as the business are skepticisms. When I share this with people, it's completely normal to be skeptical. If you think about a traditional business model, there's usually one top position: CEO, owner, principal, etc. Think of a pyramid. And the reality is, working your way up the ladder isn't what it used to be. The same companies are easily outsourcing their work, making it difficult for the in-house employees to move up. What I love about the Juice Plus company is that we all start off at the same position and we have the same opportunities. We have the ability to work ourselves up through the ranks like any company, but what's different about Juice Plus is that there is no limitation to the amount of people that can get to the top. The pinnacle position in our business is National Marketing Director, and you've heard from our very own today, Christie. It's very possible for people to reach this position, and one of the perks is that they receive a full health benefits package. Y'all, this has medical, dental, disability, life, chiropractic, and more. I spent 18 years in the military to have that. Anybody can get this. It depends on them how fast or slow they want to do that, which I think it just blows my mind. So the cool thing that is, in order to achieve this position, you actually have to reach down and help others rise. And that just warms my heart. So the second thing that I was really skeptical about this business is I thought the only way that you could be successful was that you had to like bug and annoy all of your friends, or you're like out there hunting down people. And that's not the case whatsoever. It's more about helping people. We get to help people in two very distinct areas. One area is in their health, like Cassie and Christie talked about. I think we'd all agree there are many people out there looking to take their health to the next level. And we can help them by recommending our program, recommending the products, sharing our personal experiences or the experience of others. That's all we do. When I first checked this out and decided I wanted to give it a try, immediately there were people in my life I thought of that could benefit and that were looking for better health. There's a ton of people in my life that are not getting their 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. I knew people who wanted to lose weight that struggled with their energy, allergies, constipation, eczema, inflammation. I heard their stories and I took a genuine interest in them, and I asked them if they were still looking for a solution. And then I was able to recommend our products and our programs because they helped me and I wanted them to help them as well. That is what this is about. We share everything every day, especially on social media, our favorite movies, recipes, stories, pictures of our children. This is the same thing. And then the other side of our business is that we can help people with a lifestyle and financial point of view. And I got to experience this firsthand in my family. I don't know many people that an extra $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 a month doesn't make a difference for. But I do know a lot of families and individuals where extra income like that could make a huge difference. I know it did for my family, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. But my final concern was that I thought I needed to know a lot of people in order to be successful in this type of business. But bottom line, it's not who you know, it's about who you know and who they know. So for instance, if I'm doing this program with one of my mom friends that I love, and then she goes out and she talks to 10 more of her friends about it, or I chat with a friend at the gym and they go share with their other friends at an event, like it's just word of mouth and it becomes this beautiful ripple effect. So once I understood that, it was very important for me to understand how we get paid. Remember, I've been getting a paycheck on the 1st and the 15th since I was 17 years old. So this was very important for me. But the first way we get paid is through retail sales profit. When I talk about this, all we are doing is connecting the customer to the company. The company ships the product straight to the customer. I don't have to carry any inventory. The company bills and collects, so I don't have to deal with any exchange of money. And I can have customers in 25 different countries and around the world, and I can work on building a global business. The second way we get paid, my favorite way, is bonuses. Who doesn't love bonuses? And for all you military people out there, I mean, how many bonuses did you have the option to see in your husband's career, your wife's career, your career? Like in my 18 years, two bonuses. There's been months in this business when I've gotten more than 2 bonuses. So that just is exciting. Anytime you can open the mailbox and get money instead of have stuff that's taking money away, I think is amazing. Makes me a little kid at Christmas. So there's lots of bonuses in our business. And not only do you receive the bonuses yourself when you achieve your goals, but you also receive them when you help others achieve theirs. So you are rewarded too, once again, for reaching down and helping others. So there's real encouragement about rising people up and helping them become successful in this business. These bonuses start at $100, but some of them go up to $10,000. That is an awesome opportunity. So the third way we get paid, yes, one more, is called a performance bonus. This is residual income that's possible in your business when you get paid on a percentage of sales that goes through your entire business. This thing is what makes us stand out from the crowd. So even when I'm traveling or life is happening and I can't be present and tend to my business every day, my business is still open and it's growing, which is very different from any traditional business where you have to show up to be paid. Those businesses, you're trading dollars for hours. And because everyone in my team has a vested interest in making their own business grow, my business grows with or without me. And it has the potential to do that for you too. So thank you guys so much for being on. Like I said before, it is completely normal to be skeptical, but you can't deny these stories. They're real. And I just want to share with you a little bit about how this business has changed my life. So being a woman in the military for 18 years was very difficult. I made the decision to join at 17 years old because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew I wanted to be a part of something that made an impact and was bigger than myself. And I had a very successful career that taught me so much about myself and helped me find the strength within that I didn't know I had. But as a senior leader, I had become so independent that I had begun to isolate myself. And this worked great for the Army because I was at their beck and call. However, it really made it easy for me to stop dreaming. And I never really truly figured out what I wanted to do with my life because I got that paycheck on the 1st and the 15th, and I grew to depend on it. I showed up, I did my job, and I went home, and I was comfortable doing it. And I settled into what I believed society defined as success. I had no reason to question or ask for more. I was comfortable until I had a family. So I began to have this internal struggle when I was put into that situation to choose between my job and my family. And I actually got in trouble for the first time in my career because I took my son to his first day of kindergarten. You see, most of my career, I was a single soldier that they could rely on when everyone else was busy with their families. And fast forward to having my own family, they didn't really accept that change. So it had gotten so bad to the point that I had to get a Red Cross message to go say goodbye to my grandmother who raised me because my chain of command didn't see it as necessary. And a Red Cross message is something you typically don't use when you're in the United States. So for the first time in my Army, I had put it second after my family, and they did not like that. And this transition, it didn't sit well with me either. And after 18 years, I started to wonder if I had just been living small. Being in the military is not easy, but staying in was easy for me. But it came at the sacrifice of my family and the dreamer inside of me. When I began to align myself with this community of amazing people that I never thought I needed or could rely on, it taught me that I could chip away this armor, these layers of armor that being a soldier required in order to be successful, revealing the real person that I am and not the one I had to be. This person, these two people were so different that it really made my decision to walk away from the Army 2 years before full retirement easy. My life went from having 2 active duty careers, me and my husband, 3 mortgage payments in 2 different states, 2 car payments, credit cards, student loans, to now we are living in Italy where my husband is stationed, and we have 1 car payment, and we're otherwise debt-free. And that has allowed me to fully commit myself to helping others take control of their own physical and financial health while building an international business and traveling the world. So thank you again for joining us today. If anything resonated with you, I urge you to reach out to the person who shared this call with you and get your questions answered and ask them the hard ones. For me, although I was quite skeptical, when I asked myself, what if? What did I really have to lose, right? What if this could work? What would an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month mean to our family? What could it mean to our future? It brought us a better future than we could have ever hoped for. So I'm so glad I did that because I'm not sure where our future would be with time, money, relationships. So I want to say to you guys, if you're looking to break out of what you're doing, we have to change in order to change for our lives to change. We have to change for our lives to change. We've got to get outside that box, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys on the other side of this and maybe at a conference or one of our big events. Please come say hello to us. We would love to meet each and every one of you. We have an amazing community to plug you into, and it's been such an absolute pleasure to jump on and share this mission with all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.